Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bram. I talk about all things fashion and luxury and shopping and all of those things. So if you like that type of stuff, if you like to talk about that type of stuff, then I would love it if you would subscribe. Honestly, I'm just starting off my YouTube channel, so some of these initial videos might be a little bit rough around the edges. So hopefully you stay to the end. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, hit the like button. That would really help me out, and subscribe. I would love to have you here. And so I can share all my thoughts on luxury and shopping and all that stuff with you guys. So today we are talking about some vintage finds. I have picked up in the last, I would say, month and a half, 2 months or so. So it's a collective haul. I have 4 pieces to show you. Basically, we all know the cost of, I'll start off with this. I've been a luxury addict, I guess you would say, or connoisseur or collector or whatever for, I would say, about 25 years at this point. It all started with a Gucci Jackie bag in '99, and it has continued to this day. And since then I have been lucky enough to get many pieces from, the collections when they first came out. I've also been stupid enough to sell those things to fund other things as the years passed. And ultimately, I'm sorry about a lot of the things that I sold and moved out of my collection, because now, you pay the price. Things are more expensive now, obviously. However, the cost of luxury is insane. If you can hear that in the background, I think that's my dog trying to break into the room. I'm in the extra bedroom here, actually my son's bedroom, but he is in college, and so I am in here hiding to do my video, just because it has some great light and a desk for me to sit on, and the cats and the dog don't like the fact that I am in here without them. So anyway, so if you hear anything, that's what it is. But that being said, I would say that, obviously the price of luxury, as we know, it goes up every year. These price increases in the last few years, since COVID, I guess, have been astronomical. And I think for me, at least, the excitement has changed from, focusing on like new collections and wanting to have the newest things, to really appreciating more vintage pieces and kind of like the thrill of the hunt, instead of throwing down, $6,000-7,000 on a Chanel bag, $8,000, $9,000, whatever it is, $4,000 for like just a regular Louis Vuitton bag. I've been focused on building up my collection with the things that I have sold and moved on from over the years. So kind of getting those pieces back into my collection for a good price or whatever. So that's what I wanted to show you today. I do have some, I do shop for new things also, and there will be videos on that, but I've been really enjoying kind of like putting back these fun pieces in my collection. So like I said, these have been kind of over the last month and a half or 2 months, I have acquired these 4 pieces, and they are all fairly old. I would say they're all about 16 to 20 years old, give or take, maybe a little bit older. And some, might even be a little bit older on one of them. So I'm going to show you those and tell you what I think. So first thing, I'll preface this also by saying that I cannot wait for an unboxing. None of these are an unboxing. They've all been actually used in the last, month and a half, 2 months. I can't even make it to my front door without starting to open a package. So I have, no self-control. I will try to do unboxings, but if I can't film it the day that it's delivered, you'll never hear me say that something's been sitting here for 2 weeks waiting for me to open it to show you a true unboxing. Never, because I just can't wait that long. So first piece, like I said, they've all been used at this point, whatever. So the first piece, as you can see, because I put it up, is this key clay. So it's been rumored, and I don't know if it's confirmed, I think it was confirmed, but that Takashi Murakami is going to be doing another collaboration with Louis Vuitton. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to be out. I don't know if that's been said yet. I have not heard, but it is coming. And so if you are somebody that looks at the resale market, you might have noticed that 2, 3, 4 years ago, you couldn't give these multicolor pieces away. They were extremely cheap. Now the prices are inching up like crazy. So I wanted to pick up a few things. I picked up the key clay in obviously the black multicolor. I don't know if you can, there we go. So yeah, I picked it up in the black multicolor. It is the perfect size. I've already been using it. It is my everyday wallet now. I have put all my cards in the middle and my cash in this little slit pocket in the back. The key ring actually does hold my car key. That is the only key that I have at this point because everything else is electronic, so I don't need house keys or anything like that anymore, but it does hold my car key. So this way, if I'm like running out of the door, I find these so functional. I haven't had a real wallet in like a million years. I've been using some sort of iteration of a key clay for years, or like a mini pochette or something like that, to throw everything in, because that way you can pick up your wallet and your keys in one thing, just in case you are like running out the door or whatever. It makes it super easy. So this is in okay condition. I got it for a relatively good deal on Fashion File. If you can see, the zipper itself is a little bit tarnished. It's not in the most amazing condition. And it seems like this area here, it got like rubbed off a little bit over the years. Somebody obviously, I feel like with small leather goods, I guess it's not really leather, it's canvas, but these SLGs, they do get more of a beating, in my opinion, than bags. Usually bags are worn. Some people use them every day, but like a lot of people will use them to match an outfit or whatever, and they won't get as beat up. Whereas like obviously the key clay is in somebody's, bag for years, just being like, moved around or whatever. So I think that it's rare if somebody's really using their items for the small leather goods to stay in like great condition. But it's in good enough condition for me and my uses, because I'm also going to be throwing it around a lot. It is like it's going to be like it's an everyday item. I don't change out my wallet to match my bag. I never did, so I'll use my wallet or whatever I'm using for, a year or two or a few months or whatever, and then change it to something else for a while. So that being said, I really want to love the black multicolor, and I do love it in like the smaller items. Obviously you are looking at this, it's still not, there we go. It looks very vibrant in my opinion on screen, and whenever I see anybody's like pictures on Instagram or whatever, the bags and everything, they look so like vibrant. Every time I see the black multicolor in person, I'm just not as excited as I thought I would be. It is something that I feel like takes really, the pictures are amazing. It films really, really nicely, but in person, it's not ever as vibrant as I see it on pictures. So I'm usually like let down. When I saw this, when I took it out of the box, it actually took me like 2 weeks or whatever that the majority of the time was to actually take off the tag and like decide that I was going to keep it, because I was just like, is it a little bit dull or whatever? And it is a little bit dull, to be honest. It's not as vibrant, like I said, as you would see it in like the listings online or whatever. But I love it. It fills that black multicolor void that, it's something that I've been wanting to fill. So I have that, and that's it. I was looking at the, I think it's the Treville. I was looking at that in the black multicolor. Rebag had it at an amazing deal. And it actually was in store in like one of my local Rebags, and I went there to go check it out. And on the site, it was like in your face, vibrant, colors were amazing. And then when I got there, I was just like, it's just not as vibrant as I thought it would be in person. So I always kind of am let down by the black in person, but I think, like I said, I think it comes off really, really well on camera. But yeah, so I decided to pass on that and focus on some other items I want instead. So that's the key clay. Somebody is really trying to get in the door. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is like driving me crazy. All right, next one I got is this Gucci belt bag. You know, the Carrie Sex and the City Gucci belt bag. I actually bought this. I have a bunch of consignment stores near me. Like not big ones. But like I have Rebag and stuff, but I have some like smaller consignment stores near me. I bet you 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, you could have gone into these consignment stores and gotten an incredible deal because people just didn't know what things were worth back then. Now I think that it's really hard to find a good deal in any of these like mom and pop shops that need to pay their rent and staff and all that stuff, which kind of sucks. So, you know, you go in there and this one store that I go to has the most incredible things. It's like a candy store. However, everything in there is about double what I could pay, what I could find it for on Rebag or Fashion File or The Real. And that sucks because I would love to support and love to like leave with an item. But most of the time I'll go in there, I'll see what they have, and then I'll leave, do my research, make sure that I can find it for less or that I can't find it for less. And if I can't, then I'll go give them my business. If I can, usually it's not just $100 less. It's like, you know, like half of the price that I can find it for. And that's happened with multiple bags. So it's kind of like, it sucks because I would love to just like, you know, the instant gratification of being able to obviously walk out with a bag is always nice. I feel like, you know, that the art of shopping and like picking things up and whatever has been kind of ruined by the internet, and waiting for things to arrive at your door, which is also fun. But there's something to be said for being able to walk into a store, you find something amazing, you pick it up, you leave with it, you feel like you hit kind of, you struck gold a little bit. But that doesn't happen very often. I've bought a few things from this store, but nothing major. Anything major more than like $1,000 or whatever, I definitely will leave and do my research before I buy anything. This, however, I did find there. So it was exciting to be able to buy it and walk out with it immediately. I have used this a ton. I will say I got a pretty good price on it. However, I definitely could have found it for the same price in better condition online, for sure. But it was fun, like I said, to walk in, get it, walk out, whatever. This is a workhorse though. I wear it all the time. I love this bag. I had this actually when it very first came out. Early 2000s, I want to say 2002, 3, maybe 1 something. I don't know. One of those years. Maybe even 2000. I don't remember. Anyway, I had it. I sold it. Who knows what I did with it? I'm sure I sold it or something like that. But I don't have it anymore. So when I found it again, I was like, this is, you know, a blast from the past, and I love it. I wear it a ton. I've worn it a ton since I purchased it. It is in rough condition. I will be honest. I could have gotten something that was in better condition, but whatever. It's, you know, it's not terrible. Everything is working correctly. There's no major stains or anything like that, but it is, you know, it has 3 pockets. So it has this like flap over pocket with the Velcro. It has this zipper pocket. And the zipper is nice and smooth. It has like a little zipper pull on it. Same thing with the back. It has this long pocket in the back, and the zipper pull is intact and all of that. This is, there we go. This is a little bit, it's not tarnished, it's a little bit scratched or whatever, but that is to be expected. Sometimes I find that like something like this that I didn't pay a ton of money for, I don't mind that it is in, you know, a little bit beat up condition, because if somebody has already kind of worn it in a little bit for me, I'm never going to be worried about using it and like protecting it. It's kind of like that seal has been broken and I can go out and I can wear it and I can, you know, like wear it in the rain and it doesn't really matter because it is already in used condition. So that is like a great purchase. So excited with that. And yeah, but I have seen them for, if you're in the market for one, I've seen them on Fashion File, I've seen them on Rebag, and I've seen them on The Real Real. Vestiaire always has. eBay's another one now that they do authentication. I feel like a lot of these online sites are much better than before. They're doing a lot of all of them pretty much authenticate. Obviously, it doesn't hurt to get it re-authenticated if it's something that you've spent a ton of money on, or if you just aren't sure. I can usually tell just because a lot of times, like I said, I had these bags back in the day, so I can pretty much tell what is what. But yeah, so yeah, if you're in the market for that, I've seen them recently pop up for relatively good deals. So that's something that is pretty easy to find. Next one. So this one was really exciting when I found it. I have been in the market for this collection for 20 years. I remember when it came out. I remember the fashion show. It is also the Takashi Murakami with Louis Vuitton. I remember the fashion show. I remember like drooling over these bags, and it was like, I was obsessed. I would dream about these bags. I had many multicolor bags over the years, probably from the time that they came out in 03, 04 to like, 2010 or so. And then I had a few in that time period. All of them I sold or gave away at some point. But this collection specifically, I did not ever purchase. So this is the eye collection. So this is the multicolor. This was on the runway with the eyes. And it was something that I had never got my hands on back then. I didn't really have an essay. I didn't really have a history with Louis Vuitton. It wasn't so, I'll be honest, I don't even remember seeing this in the store. I remember going in and getting a cherry blossom piece, and you had to be on the wait list for it. It was so popular, like so coveted when it first came out. And yeah, and so it took me a little while to like start to get items from this, but this was super limited and I never got my hands on one. They are all numbered. So this one is number, I don't know how many there were in there, but this one is number, what does it say? 921. Louis Vuitton Paris, made in France. You can tell that it is, the patina has patinaed to a point where it's maybe like a little bit of a golden color. It is still in relatively, I mean, to think that this is, a 21-year-old piece, it's still in pretty amazing condition. And Rebag had it up there as if it was like trashed. I mean, the price that I got on this was absolutely incredible. I did a lot of looking around for something in the eye collection. Everything that I was finding, I mean, the prices ran the gamut from like, I don't know, mid 2000s to like crazy, like 10,000 and up and whatever. But I found this for, wow, they're like losing their minds. I found this for relatively, I mean, well under $2,000, a little bit over $1,000 to be honest. So this was an incredible deal, and I'm not sure why. The way that they had it listed was that it was in like crap condition, but not at all. I was actually really pleasantly surprised when it showed up. There is some like, a little bit of like watermarks and things like that. I guess it has lost its shape just a teeny bit over the years. The hardware is like a little bit scuffed or whatever. They said that there was an odor inside, which I feel like immediately brings the value down. Although, like, there's literally no odor. There's like, I can't smell anything, and I have a pretty good sense of smell, so very weird. But I am not complaining. I'm so happy to have this like finally in my collection. I would love to adjust it because it hits me kind of like right in the underarm. However, this is the one dirty part right here, is that it's probably been there for 21 years on this same, on this same hole right there. And then if you move this over, there is like a major tan line, so you can see what color it was when it was originally purchased. However, I'm not mad about it. It's okay. I'm going to keep it where it is and just wear it like that and enjoy it. But I am extremely happy to have found this at such an amazing price. I feel like these type of deals are the deals that that makes vintage shopping exciting, you know? Yeah, just getting your hands on something that you haven't been able to get your hands on in years, and to be able to save, or not save, I mean, you're still spending the money, but to get it at such a good price that it doesn't feel like, you know, like a major expense is like incredible. So yeah, so excited about this one. This one is actually like I think my favorite out of the 4. So yeah, definitely excited about that. And then the last one is one that I've had this bag. I've had something from this line in a few different styles over the years. When it first came out, I had the Speedy, and then I sold it like a moron, and then I bought it again. Years later, I found it for a very good price on Vestiaire, but it was like in really rough condition. And I ended up selling that because Speedies kind of annoy me. If it's a smaller Speedy, like a 25 or even a 20 now, I'm okay with it just because it is like compact. But to have a 30 and to not have like a shoulder strap annoys me. So, and it might have even been a 35. I think that it was a 35 in this collection. So I ended up selling it or whatever. I bought another one a few years later from Vestiaire. I bought the LYS, the LYS. So this is the Monogramaflauge collection. So I had, like I said, I had the Speedy twice, sold it twice, bought the LYS, the LYS bag, which is this bag but like longer. And I just found that I loved the bag, but it was very long. I just don't carry that much stuff with me anymore. You know, my kids are big. I don't need to carry like anything for them, snacks or like whatever in there for them. I don't go to an office anymore, so I don't need to carry like a planner and like all of that stuff. So it was kind of like just a waste, and I never really reached for it. But when I found this on Fashion File at like an incredible deal again, first of all, it said that it shows wear. So I didn't know what it was going to look like. I feel like it can go either way with Fashion File. Sometimes it says excellent and it looks like shit. Sometimes it says, you know, shows wear and it looks like it's untouched. Luckily, this time when I got it in the mail, I was like, this person, whoever had it first, literally never wore it. I don't know what they did. They probably stuffed it and put it away, and that was that. But this is the Jasmine. It is the square version. I remember not wanting it originally, like when it very first came out, because thinking that it was going to be too small. It is not small at all, as you can see. It literally fits everything that you could possibly need in here. Obviously not a laptop or anything like that, but it is a really good size for like an everyday bag. The drop allows it to be worn over your shoulder if you need to, or it's like obviously not long, so long that you can't hold it as just like a handbag. And when I opened up the box, I was like, this literally is perfect condition. I don't know why they would say that it shows wear. I mean, I guess because the color of the vachetta has patinaed a bit. So it is like a beautiful, I guess, caramel or like honey color. There's really no marks. A few marks show up when I'm looking in the viewfinder, but honestly, like when you're staring at it, there's like literally no marks. This is intact. The last one I had on the list, it just seemed like the debossed was kind of like flattening out. This is still, the debossing is still, I think that's debossing, not embossing, but yeah, it's still like really prominent. I added a little cherry charm from Amazon, but the hardware is in great condition. The pockets work. So I really don't know. Inside we have this giant space. I have everything like stuffed in here, but like literally not a mark inside. There's literally nothing happening. It has the flat pocket in the back, and it has the old-fashioned cell phone pocket over there for like a cute little flip phone. And yeah, that's it. I mean, like I said, this was an incredible find in my opinion. Definitely looks like it hasn't been worn. But I would say, you know, if you're looking to, you know, if you love luxury and you are looking to either get into it or stay in it, knowing how expensive things are now, kind of pivoting and looking at older items and vintage items, or not even vintage, but like aftermarket items. I actually have a video, aftermarket, I don't know if that's the right word for it, like after resale, like, but not 20 years later or 16 years later or whatever. I have another video coming up later this week where I'm going to kind of go over a few different fashion file purchases that I made for items recently, like that are recent collections that I got really great deals on. So if you are interested in that kind of stuff, but I think that it's just, you know, the climate that we're in, it's hard to sustain these purchases, you know, and if it's what makes you happy, like for me, this is what makes me happy, but I don't want to spend a crazy, ridiculous amount on one bag anymore. I'd rather kind of look to the pre-loved market and get some things that are, you know, in, like I said, that I can kind of hunt for and that are in good condition that I'm excited about. And it allows me to not necessarily save money, but save money in the grand scheme of things, where I'm not spending $8,000 on a Chanel bag and I'm spending, you know, $1,500 or $1,000 or whatever on something amazing that not everybody is going to have. And that's another thing, is that, you know, I think that with luxury being so popular in these last, especially, you know, especially since 4 years ago, right, since 2020, everything is, you know, people are more aware of things, and people are really into luxury handbags and shoes and all this stuff now. And I just feel like, you know, if you're looking for like the luxury experience, or like just the idea of having things that not everybody else has or that you don't see coming and going, looking at the vintage market is a really, really great way to go, because not everybody has these things. You know, you might see it. The truth is that you might see it on Instagram. Listen, I see all of these things on Instagram or on TikTok or like YouTube or whatever. It seems like everybody has these things. In person, I don't see anybody with these things. Whenever I see somebody, I love it. Whenever I see somebody with like a vintage bag. So actually I was in the mall the other day and I saw a girl in the food court with a Louis Vuitton. I don't know if any of you remember, like the Jokes collection, the Monogram Jokes. I think it was Richard Price, maybe, a collaboration. It was probably 2000 and, oh God, 9 or 10 or 11, maybe 9 or 10. I don't know. Anyway, I've never seen one in the wild. I did own the orange one back in the day. And I was just annoyed with how I had to carry it, because it was like a little briefcase, like with 2 zippers or whatever. And it was a little annoying and big, because big bags were the thing back then. But I saw this girl with one of those Jokes bags, and I was like, oh my God, it's like, so to me, it's so much more fun to spot these bags in the wild than it is for me to see you with a classic flap or whatever, that I can see coming and going. And yeah, so I find it like super exciting. I find it exciting hunting for good deals. And so I just think it's a way, number one, it's, you know, it's obviously a little more sustainable, in terms of like giving these things a new life instead of constantly, you know, buying new things. But I think it's also more fun, because some of these, if that's your thing, listen, you know, some of these collections back in the day were like incredible, so vibrant, so much color, so exciting to like I said, exciting when I see them. I saw some girl, actually I was in Crumble Cookie getting my daughter some cookies the other day, and I saw a girl with a Monogram multicolor in the white, a Theta bag, the Theta bag. It was like this little handheld. I don't know if you guys remember it, with the big buckle in the front, but it's so much fun for me to like see that stuff in the wild, right? Whereas, and I get more compliments on like my, my more vintage or like older pieces than I do on my newer pieces. So yeah, that's it, guys. So that being said, later in this week, I will have another video. I do try to post videos, or my, starting now, my schedule is going to be, I'm posting videos on Fridays and Sundays. So this video should go up on Friday. This should be a Friday maybe when you're seeing it, maybe not. But on Sunday, I will have another video posted that is going to show some other things that I got from Fashion File recently. Or not just from Fashion File and from Poshmark, actually, I believe. That are newer pieces. They're not yet vintage, but that I got it like an incredible steal on the pre-loved market. So yeah, if you're interested in that type of stuff and like treasure hunting and shopping and all that stuff, like I said, please subscribe. It would help me out a lot. It doesn't cost you guys a thing, but it would help my channel so much. I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to doing more videos for you guys. And yeah, so thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. If you've made it to the end, I really appreciate you. If you can comment down below, just a heart if you made it to the end, that would be great. And I will see you guys soon.